Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
I'm Laila, Afrika,
Yes,
and I studied natural medicine. I'm Laila, Afrika,
Yes,
and I
sir.
studied natural medicine, and I wrote the book African Holistic Health, and another book about the political use of food called Nutricide. So my whole area is just health as it concerns Black people, and we're in a position where we have to defend our health because it's constantly being attacked by such things as some sugar-coated buns. You see. And we're being seduced into our own destruction in a happy way with cartoon characters. So basically, our diet is being controlled by clowns and cartoon characters. You see, we're not using intelligence as African people. We are very intelligent people. We built pyramids, created calculus. We have to use our intelligence to help us get out of this situation because we're being manipulated by this industry.
Okay, Doc.
Yes.
I mean, sugar. Why can't I have sugar? Why can I not have sugar? I mean, why can't I have my candy bars and my peppermints and, my chips and all my different flavor color candies? I like candy.
Sugar is naturally in sugar cane. It's naturally in oranges and apples. But when you take the sugar out of the sugar cane, you isolated and concentrated the substance. And that's called a drug. That's what we call a drug.
So you mean I'm like a drug addict when I keep going to the bodega and getting my candy every day?
Well, you're a drug addict. That's fine. You have an eating disorder because you're eating all the time. If you drank all the time, you have a drinking problem. If you smoke all the time, you have a smoking problem. Now you're eating all the time, now you have an eating problem, which is a mental illness. The sugar, as long as it's in the sugar cane, it doesn't bother you. But when you take it out of the sugar cane, now you have problems. Because the body's going to try to make it whole before it digests it. So it's going to pull water out of your veins and arteries and nervous system. What I'm saying is if you eat a raisin, the body's going to turn it back into a grape before it digests it. So it's going to put the water back into the raisin and make it into a grape. So it pulls this water out of your nervous system, which causes Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis. And it also pulls the moisture out of your joints, causing arthritis and stiff veins and arteries, arterial sclerosis, But the main thing that is causing is you not to be in control of yourself. You got a chemical in your body that's giving you a false sense of intelligence.
But I control my own thoughts.
Oh, yes, you certainly do. You control your own thoughts. That's what you think. Your thoughts are this. You like sugar, so you eat sugar. So why is it that you like sugar? Who told you to like sugar? Who taught you all of this? So your feelings were created for you. Someone told you how to feel. If you eat this candy bar, you feel good. Your feelings are connected to this candy bar.
Soul food, that's a big thing with us as people. We love soul food,
Yeah, that's known as a scavenger diet, where you eat the scraps, the leftover.
Scraps. It tastes good though.
We don't want to eat a slave diet, right? We want to eat the food the way God made it, to keep us the way God made us. We want to eat the whole food. People think it's some new thing. It was invented by Africans. We call it nutrition.
Now, Doc, what's wrong with me taking a little, little sippy sip every so often for my homies, you know what I'm saying? Drink a little beverage, you know what I'm saying? A little alcohol, a little more liquor, just, what's wrong with that? Cotton candy, it says dextrose with maltodextrin.
Maltose dextrin. Sugar's addicting.
Wow.
It causes your teeth to rot out. It causes you to be hyperactive.
Wow, what about colors, red 40, lake, and
those
yellow 5?
Those cause allergic reaction, inflammation of the vagina, the teeth, penis, prostate. Yeah, okay.
Calcium stearate?
Yes. That's another chemical. What these
chemicals? It was calcium though.
These chemicals were released under the Nuremberg trial. These chemicals come out of Germany under the Merck Drug Company. They call them behavior modifiers. Today you call them preservatives and additives. You have to read
control my behavior.
Of course, that's what it's about. They can't addict you to an apple. You can't get addicted to celery. Are you crazy? They can only addict you to this thing if they got sugar in it.
So basically, I'm a junkie. I'm a sugar junkie.
You're worse than a sugar junkie. You're hyperactive because sugar will speed you up.
Well, what's wrong with the honey bun?
The honey bun, all its food shapes were designed by the Greeks, and they have sexual connotations to them. That's why they call them buns. That's why they call them buns. You're eating the asshole of someone else. Wow. You're into a symbolic homosexualism of sorts.
Wow.
That's why they call them buns. That's why candy bars are named after men. Mr. Good Bar, Snickers, Musketeers, Babe Ruth. They're all chocolate penises with nuts on it. Whoa. So you're symbolically eating a chocolate penis. You see, and you break it open, it ejaculates caramel, it's got nuts on it. I mean, the food was designed by someone alien to you, so it alienates you from yourself. See, it's no accident that a hot dog is shaped like a penis, and you stick it between two buns. It's no accident. So wow. It's all about feelings. It's not about intelligence.
So this symbology, how does it affect the minds of the youth?
Oh, very
how
easily.
Does it shape
very easily. If you're gonna raise like a pork, people call pork. I'm saying, but you raise a pig, and you want to raise the pig fast, you give it steroids and sex hormones. So when you eat the pig, you're eating steroids and sex hormones. Then you become chemically addicted to sex. One of the most chemicalized animals there around is beef and that pig. So in some ways, they want to get you into eating beef and pig in any form. They can call it ham or pork rinds and all that kind of stuff, but you're eating the chemicals. This industry called the food industry is a military controlled industry. And to them, you are the enemy. You're the person they're supposed to capture. So the industry has been set up long ago, 1946, to attack you. That's what it's about. There's nothing innocent, not in this country. Everything is about attacking you. The air will kill you.
That was the late, great Dr. Laila, Afrika. I don't believe it's 1 year since he passed on, so we just did a brief tribute to Dr. Afrika, and the young man that was asking him the question was Supernova Slam, Queen of Fua's son. So you can always Google that up and see Supernova Slam and Dr. Laila Afrika speaking on the couch together, talking about food. And of course, these are the new t-shirts. And of course, part of the proceeds will go to Dr. Laila Afrika's wife and the legacy of Doc. So look at that link right there. I'll put the link in the description in the chat so you can support the t-shirts. Of course, in the front of the t-shirt, these are the front of the t-shirts right here. As you can see, myself, Erica Badu is in there, Dr. Africa's wife, myself again. You know, me and Dr. Africa always had a good laugh everywhere we go. Even at his house, we used to have fun. And in the back of the t-shirt, this is it. The Europeans has made dis-ease a multi-million-dollar industry. Make sure you go to his website, drlailaafrica.com. That's drlailaafrica.com. And here it is. Here's more of the links. Let me put the link in the inside of the dress. If you want the t-shirts, they got different sizes if you want the t-shirts. So make sure you go and support the t-shirts. And I'm sending all part of the proceeds to Dr. Laila, Africa's wife. As a matter of fact, this morning I bought 10 of those t-shirts and I sent her $200 for 10 t-shirts because the t-shirts will cost $30 to $40. So $30 to $40 for the t-shirts, and part of the proceeds go to, of course, the beautiful legacy. I bought 10 of those t-shirts and I am giving her that money back. That's how we do it. That's how family does, man. And I'm going to give her, again, we're going to buy some more t-shirts. King Simon is here, family. It's 1 year since Dr. Laila Africa transitioned. That's right, it's 1 year since Dr. Laila Africa transitioned, and I'm here with your family. Of course, we got a special show today. Yeah, this is one of my shirts right here. This one called Readers, Leaders, Numerovation. One of my new shirts that's on the market. That's on Teesprings also. But once again, make sure you get this shirt. The tribute to Dr. Africa salute by King Simon. And of course, the back of that shirt will have this. The Europeans has made dis-ease a multi-million-dollar industry. That was a quote by Dr. Africa back in the day. So make sure you show your love, Got to big up some of the sponsors in the building. Once again, make sure you go to support Dr. Laila Africa. It's been a year since he transitioned right here on March the 21st. March the 21st of 2020, he transitioned. His website is www.lailaafrica.com. That's www.lailaafrica.com. The Cash App is charleschild. That's $charleschild. Make sure you show them some love, family. Don't forget, just show them some love. Show them some love. Show them some love. And if you want to get that t-shirt, make sure you go to that t-shirt. We'll put it in the links right now. Make sure you go to the t-shirt right now if you want to put it in the links. If you want to purchase the t-shirt, I'm going to put it in the link right now. And part the proceeds will go to Dr. Laila Africa's family. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's the link. So make sure you go and purchase it. Like I said, I already purchased 10 shirts. So I'm starting it off. I purchased 10 shirts, sent it to a Cash App already, sent the money to a Cash App already. So I ain't playing with y'all. That's what we're doing. We got to show love. Let's see who can match that price. If you're going to buy 10 shirts or 5 shirts, let me know. Text me and let me know, and I'll send her and show her that you're showing love. That's it right there. And if you can't do that, just make sure, if you can't do that, this is what you do. Go to the website, www.lailaafrica.com. Buy his books, buy his products. Right now, this is the first year commemoration of Dr. Laila Africa. I'm just doing something brief because, you know, I did something earlier for his birthday on January the 27th. He's born January 27th, 1946. Oh, yeah. And if you add that up, it adds up to a 21, and he dies on the 21. He transitioned on the 21. So Doc was on his mathematics also. So here it is. Of course, that's me on top. And next to that is the one, the only Erica Badu and Dr. Africa in the early days. You know, she studied to be a doula under Dr. Africa. She became a doula under Dr. Africa. Also below that is his wife and him. Of course, me and Dr. Africa at the African, the National Black Theater. So big up to that. Big up to all of that. Those are the other two ones. And the one on the top is when we was at the Marcus Garvey Center. So that's what we're doing, you know? Yeah, baby. Woo! I miss my brother. I hope everybody get the benefits of Dr. Africa's books. Make sure you go to his website. All right, so today's show, we got the one, the only Dr. MJ coming up. That's right. She's going to be coming up at 6 o'clock. It is 5 minutes, 5:55 in America, 5:55 in the United States, 5:55 on the East Coast. Oh, the fives are here, meaning change, meaning healing, meaning advancing and growing. So that 5:55, whenever you see it, means something. So Dr. MJ will be here, the acupuncturist physician. Let's pick up some of the sponsors also. Of course, we got coming up after Dr. MJ, we have the one, the only. Matter of fact, I'm doing something coming up. I am actually doing something on the 24th. I just didn't put that up, but on the 28th, we have from Women's History Month, a Genesis will be here. That's right. Manifesting and living your bliss life. Dr. Nalani Valentine is going to be here. So make sure you sow that love. Of course. Don't forget my son's music. That link right there on the bottom. That's the link on the bottom. Make sure you show some love. Also, don't forget me and my partner in Vibe, the one, the only Aisha Moore, and her link is, here it is. Bam, this is her earrings. Make sure you support her earrings. These are all my books. The first one was No Promotion is Bad Promotion, published by Dr. Afrika. Second one, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated, published by Dr. Afrika. Third one, Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important, published by Dr. Afrika. And this one I self-published because I put this one out after Dr. Laila Africa transition, and I did it myself because I knew the wife wasn't going to do anything right now. So big up to the family, big up to the wife. Here's my daughter's cups. Make sure you show her some love. Show her some love also. That's my daughter's cups, and she got more merch coming out. She did the artwork on the cup. Yeah, and that is her beautiful Teespring. Make sure you hit her up. Rewind this and make sure you hit her up. Also, Lloyd Strayhorn, make sure you take his classes. That's right, Lloyd Strayhorn's classes. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. My classes are coming up also. That's right, my classes are coming up also. Yeah, my classes are coming up. The Numerovation course, the Bath Method. So if you want to be a part of that class, you got to email me. And those that I haven't responded to the email, been very busy, so I will respond to the email momentarily. The Numerovation@gmail. That's the Numerovation@gmail if you want to take my classes. But please do take Lloyd Strayhorn's classes first. Take the basic one, the beginner's one, and take the intermediate one because y'all need to know the basics. It's always about the basic. Also, big up to Janelle Lewis, who was on the show earlier this week on Thursday. So if you want to find out about real estate and you want a consultation about buying your own real estate, buying your own property, make sure you text her or give her a call at 347-866-1153. And also the lady that's coming on today, Petalwise, she's going to be in the building. This is her website, www.petalwise.com. That's www.petalwise.com. 10% off coupon. Just put that King 2021. That's King 2021. And that's what you're going to get. Those beautiful products for the beautiful ladies in your life and also you beautiful ladies. Okay. If you want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp. If you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp, family. All right. If you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp. But if you live inside the United States, don't worry about it. Just text me the regular number, please. Stop playing. All right. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right. Let me remove this out the way. And of course, I gotta always put this up. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsor. Parental guidance is advised. So we're trying to show that love and make sure everything is all right. Okay, good. Let's take that off right now because we got a special show for you. And don't forget, in the month of April, we got a month of April. If you read this whole month, April the 4th, we got Joshua Sarah. April the 7th, we got Adara Moselle. April the 11th, we got Ra'aku. April the 14th, we got Cheryl St. Clair. April the 18th, we got Erica Davey. April the 25th, we got Jackie Levine. And April 28th, we got Soul Flow Doula coming in. And the special King Simon presentation broadcast will be Dr. Wesley Muhammad on April the 8th and Dr. Farah Gray on April the 15th. You know who Dr. Farah Gray is? Dr. Khalid's son, Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son will be here. Dr. Wesley Muhammad, you know he's spitting fire all over the place. Enough respect to him. Joshua Sarah, the mathematician, is going to be here. Adara Moselle is a tantric healer, and she is a energy worker. Ra Aku, you know who he is, the cosmo physician. Shirley St. Clair is a martial artist and a sensei. We're going to talk about martial arts in beauty and the beauty in martial arts. Erica Davies, an activist from out of Liberia who lives in New York, good friend of mine. Jackie Levine, an author of a numerology novel. That's right, it's coming out on here. And of course, the doula, Soul Flow doula, is going to be here, showing you the importance of having doulas in your life. So we're having all that coming up. I see my partner in Vibe haven't showed up, but I do see the person that's supposed to be on. So we're gonna make it happen right now, because this sister here, without any further ado, I want to make sure everybody is ready for this sister, because when this sister come up, whoo, Lord, she gonna put in the fire. Not a mercy. She gonna put in the fire. Of course, this beautiful person that I'm about to bring in is an acupuncture physician, board certified Eastern herbalist. Man, let me tell you, the topic today for Women's History Month discussion, how uterine disease is destroying your mental health. And of course, she said how the womb, that womb, if you're not taking care of that womb, you got to take care of that womb, family. Because the womb can lead you to the tomb if you're not taking care of that womb and taking care of your mental health. So, without any further ado, we're going to bring on a dear friend of mine who has also helped me with my shoulder injury. She's helped many others do the acupuncture. I had a martial arts injury on this shoulder and years ago, and this sister did a free thing for me at Nicholas, Brooklyn, right in front of the audience. And I haven't felt pain in this shoulder since. It was a martial arts injury, because when you roll out and if you roll wrong, the floor will let you know that you rolled wrong. And that's what I learned years ago. So without any further ado, we're going to welcome right here on King Simon Presents. She's no stranger to my show, so give her a round of applause, the one, the only, Dr. MJ in the building!
Hi!
My sister, what's up, my sister?
Hey!
How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you. Wonderful, wonderful, my sister. I hope everything is well. How's the family? Everybody all right?
Everybody is fantastic. Everybody is good. I'm slowly, what should I say? I'm kind of conning everybody into coming down here. I'm promising them a Shangri-La. I'm trying to promise them all of this stuff. I'm trying to lead them out of New York down here. So
yeah, you definitely got me. So I'm looking. Y'all definitely got me. So I'm looking at now. Let me just take care of some of the business. Now, Dr. MJ, acupuncturist, physician, author, and board certified Eastern herbalist. For products and consultation, please go to www.petalwise.com. For acupuncture and other services, please go to www.integrative.org. Is that right? Is that right so far?
that is absolutely correct. So Petalwise is the product website. And oh wait, I'm hearing like a bad echo. Hold on, what's going on?
It's probably. Do you have any speakers on?
No, are you hearing that as well?
Yeah, I'm hearing your background, not my background. But let me when I turn off my mic, you can hear me. Okay.
I don't hear anything now, but the echo is gone. I don't hear anything.
It's all right. It's me.
Yeah, it's like something. Hold on, do I hear it on my end? I don't hear it on my end anymore.
I can hear it through. I can hear it through your computer. That means you probably the volume on some speakers.
Maybe I can. Okay, wait. Let me just adjust my volume. I want to make sure that we're good. I don't have anything else open. I have nothing else open at all. Let's see if I can just adjust this a little bit. Because I don't have anything at all open. I just turned down my computer's volume.
Yeah, that's it. Turn on the computer. Can you hear me?
Okay, let's see. Hold on one second. Remove.
Oh, You don't cut off. She done cut off. My goodness. Well, family, make sure you share, and like, please share and like. She cut off for a second. Like, oh, there she go. We're going to bring her right back on. Make sure, remember, this is a troll-free zone. Like I've been saying, troll-free zone. Only for those who want to learn. Ooh, those who, I said that wrong too. Please, the troll-free zone, and this is only for those who want. So I bring her back on. That's right. Those who want to learn. I ain't got no time for foolishness. All right. Only for those. What just happened? Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, yes. Let me see here. Learn. That's it. Let me bring her back right here. Get some presents. Let's welcome her back on. Let's make sure hopefully sounds right. Hopefully get there. Let's give her a round of applause right now.
Please, yeah, this I'm still getting a little bit of, I'm still hearing that. Can everybody else hear that? Can anyone else in the live chat hear that?
Can you hear it now? Turn my volume down. Can you hear it now?
Let's see. I can hear you just fine, but that echo is like, it sounds like a monster is talking. It's like distorting.
Do you have your phone on the channel?
No, I don't have anything on. I turned everything.
Let's talk right through it. Let's keep on going. Everybody can hear you. Let's keep on going.
Okay, and they're saying that I sound okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, I just have to listen close for you. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do my best to hear you because it's so distorted. Okay, all right, so but if they can hear me, then it's all good.
My side, so I might, if it's on my side, I might switch my computer. Hold on 1 second. You stay right there.
Okay, I'm here.
I can't get two computers, so I like to compute. And if that's the case, let me switch my computer. I don't know what's going on. This is a 15 grand computer. That's not.
Now I'm checking to see if anybody else is having any issues with that.
Yeah, I gotta change the computer. So y'all be patient right now. I'm gonna take myself out, and you can start talking. Okay, I'm gonna take myself out. Tell the people who you are. Take myself out. I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. Okay, I guess I'm taking over King Simon's show right now. I like this. This is cool. Let me see. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring back the YouTube. And guys, forgive me. I literally just drove back in from Key West down here in Florida. So I'm still on this. I'm technically still on this vacation. I'm in this vacation mode. So if I look a little tired, or if I look a little bit out of it, but I am 100% here in body and mind. What I'm going to do is just bring up his channel. And that way I can see the live chats because I can't see anything where I am. So that way, if anybody has any questions, let me just turn the volume off. And then that way I can answer any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, it was really distorted. Okay, thank you, Be the Change. I'm so glad that somebody else noticed that it was really distorted. But now I can see what everybody is typing in the live chat. That's awesome. All right, so my voice sounds okay. My side, everything was all good on my side. Was that it? I'm assuming, I hope so. All right. So tonight, what I'd like to do is chat about the womb or the uterus ovarian brain connection because of the, oh, thank you so much, Top Thinker. Thank you, JZZ. Thank you, JZZJ. Thank you. Thank you, Be the Change. All right. Thanks, you guys. And thank you all for being here today, too, on this Sunday. So, so what I want to talk about is how womb disease is killing women's mental health. Thank you, Ear Hustler. Because of the fact that in my practice, I mainly see women, I mainly treat women's health, although I do treat a variety of other things. I do notice that a lot of women that come into my practice who are dealing, particularly with fibroids, with the excessive bleeding, with the severe anemia, are presenting with a great deal of mental illness. And it's time that we talked about it. because I'm sure that you guys all see the signs, whether you have a woman in your life that has some sort of womb disease, whether it be fibroids, endometriosis, PCOS. I'm sure that you guys may see that. You may see some of these symptoms, these mood swings, this maybe forgetfulness, memory loss, decline in cognitive function, whatever the case is, sadness, depression, anxiety, whatever the case is, you may see that, but not quite know where it's coming from or how to get this person any type of help, and also may not even know the source of it. So so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because it's still such a stigma. It is still a stigma, although we're talking more about mental health, we're talking more about mental illness, we're talking more about bipolar disorder and depression and anxiety. We're not really making that connection to a lot of the womb disease that we have, especially considering like 1 out of every 2 women, whether it's Black women, any type of melanated woman that's living in this Western culture, is going to experience some form of uterine disease, and particularly fibroids. So I think that it's high time we talked about it. And I think the next conversation that we need to have is Alzheimer's disease. So let's see, is King Simon in here?
Yes, I am back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sound much better?
Much better. What was it?
It was my other computer. I got to go get it fixed. The black one, not the white one, the black one.
Okay. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad that we're on. I got scared for a minute, so I'm glad. Okay. I held it down for you while you were going too, by the way.
I seen that. Thank you very much. Family, if you have any questions, I will definitely, first of all, let's get into the history of acupuncture and how important it is, and what you do, especially with the service that you have, how important it is for our sisters' mental health today, because especially during what just happened, what just took place in the reset that we have. I don't even like mentioning anything else. The reset that we have, a lot of sisters are really going through it, and it's not just up here, it's down there. So let's make that connection, my sister, please.
Okay, where shall we start? Because you just said a lot.
Okay, wherever you feel the flow. Which one you want to flow with? Which one you want to flow?
Okay, so we can talk about my role briefly,
Yes.
as an acupuncturist, just my role in the history of it, and just very briefly, because I don't like talking about myself. I like to stay on topic. You know how I am. I'm always like, next topic. So the history of acupuncture is that it goes way back, thousands and thousands of years. I think we know that. The thing is that people think that acupuncture started in China, and it actually did not. There's lots of cultures that have a history of acupuncture, have a history of channels and points and meridians in the body. It's just most famously associated with Chinese culture, and they do deserve credit for what they did with it. The same thing, just like yoga, how Indians deserve the credit for carrying it around the world, and for making, for writing things down, and for making recorded history. However, all of these things have ancient Egyptian histories and foundations. So I tell people, I like to let people know that, because there's a lot of times I get asked, especially as a Black acupuncturist, what business do you have doing acupuncture? And I say, well, it's in my DNA. It's my birthright. This is what my ancestors did. So this is what I do. And so, it was first, actually, the channels and points were first mentioned in the Book of Ebers about 1500 BC back in ancient Egypt, which is our the first recorded medical text. So, it actually is way more ancient than Chinese culture actually is. But again, I still give credit where credit is due. And as far as carrying it around the world, popularizing it and all of that, but we do have to talk about the actual origins. So I became familiar with it just from being a little girl. My father was very much into martial arts. He was very much into herbs, and he was very much into taking us to Chinatown when we were little, my mother as well. And I had always been around these particular types of practitioners. I'd always been around this type of life, so it wasn't really anything that was different for me. My background, my first degrees are in biology and medical and health sciences, and I just decided to go the way of the natural route, because I was very impressed with what I saw being done clinically. What I did not know before I entered acupuncture school was that it was being done in hospitals and all types of clinics and spas and all that. I thought this was something that you had to go to a place that was very culturally, involved with it. But then I saw practitioners who look like me, namely Miss Julia Bennett over at Third Root, one of my co-owners, the co-owner of my facility in Brooklyn, and former co-owner. I'm a former, she's still there. But since I gave up my share in that business, she is still there. So if you're in the New York area, I strongly recommend that you go see Miss Julia Bennett. She is a wonderful, wonderful practitioner.
I was there at Third Root, and they gave me a flyer. I think it was Brother Jomo who gave me a flyer.
Yes, Jomo. Yes, Jomo Simmons. He has Harlem Village up in New York. If you're in Harlem, go see him. Yeah,
out there, brother. But I didn't know that Tupac's stepfather, Masula Shakur, was also an acupuncturist.
Yes. It's very interesting, and it's what's so interesting is that it seems like such a natural thing for us to go into. Yes. It seems like such a really natural thing for us to do. I mean, we're working. We come from people who utilize natural medicine. We come from people who utilize this. I mean, who've always turned to the earth or turned to healing ourselves. Always looked at medicine as mind, body, spirit. We've always done that. So this is something that's very, very natural. It was never really a natural thing for us, to take a medication or take a pill or, go see somebody who didn't look like us for healthcare. So this is something that is very, very natural. Ear Hustler, I don't, there are people down in Atlanta. Maybe it'll come to me by the time we finish up here. I know of an acupuncturist who went down there to do some work from New York, but I can't remember their name. Do you know who that is, King Simon?
Well, I know there's a health center that have all of those modalities at the Hebrew spot right across from Wadada's.
Okay.
Right across. Those who know who Wadada's restaurant over there, right across over there, that Hebrew village they have, that Queen of Four has been over there. They've done lectures with Sabi and Dr. Afrika. They have a health place that does acupuncture and all those different modalities right there. Yeah. Great. I've been there already. It's a beautiful place.
Awesome.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. And so if you guys are looking, you can always go to the NCCAOM and you'll see other board certified licensed acupuncturists. You always want to go to an acupuncture physician, acupuncture doctor, licensed acupuncturist always. If your medical doctor is doing it, guess what? They took a weekend class in acupuncture and they practice a different form of medical acupuncture that has nothing to do with traditional acupuncture. So you want to go to somebody who is licensed. Miss Brownie Babe, that is Third Root Community Health Center, and you want to see Julia Bennett. Third Root Community Health Center. It's in East Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Yeah, right?
I'm a former owner of that center.
That's on Cortelyou, right? Cortelyou?
It's on Cortelyou, yes. It's on Cortelyou in East Flatbush. Yeah, so now getting back to the role of an acupuncturist, what can they do? What can they not do? I say it's easier for me to speak about what they cannot do. So if you just got into a car accident and you are bleeding from your forehead, then you need to go see a medical doctor in an emergency. Right? If you have an active infectious disease, you should probably go see a medical doctor. However, if you have chronic illness, if you have cancer, if you have diabetes, if you have fibroids, if you have acid reflux, if you have gout, if you have GERD, if you have kidney disease, if you have dementia, if you have Alzheimer's, if you have vision issues like poor vision or something like that, so long as it's not something that is acute, you should be seeing an acupuncturist every single week, or at the very least every single month. And guess what? Yes, Sydney, we are 100% going to talk about that stuff. I'm watching as you go along. I'm watching. I don't like to miss anybody's questions.
Don't worry. I'll tell them to ask questions to when we ask for the questions. So please let us stay focused, people. Let us focus. You get off of that. You don't watch them no more. Let us.
No, it's okay. It's okay because I don't mind it at all. I'm used to this.
Okay.
You know, I teach too. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, so I teach as well. So I'm used to watching this and teaching, watching the board and teaching.
Okay.
But yes, we will absolutely go into all of that stuff. So as far as role, I have patients that I see on a weekly basis. Some of them see me even more. We organize their insurance so that way their treatments are reimbursed. I don't actively take insurance at this particular new center that I have. However, I provide what you call super bills, so that way they can be reimbursed, and it does work about 75 to 80% of the time or so, because many insurances cover it. Down here in Florida, Medicare and Medicaid actually does cover it as well, which is wonderful. So we can have the elders come in. I'm in the middle of getting myself set up for that. As you guys know, it's a huge process to go through all of that, and this office is very, very new. So so yeah, but if you, wherever you are, whether you're in Texas, whether you are in Jersey, you're in Alabama, you're in Montana, most likely your insurance probably covers it. They don't like to, they make a fuss about it. But if you ask your acupuncturist, if you pay them and then you ask them for a super bill, you may get reimbursed for it. I don't want to say you will, because it doesn't always work.
Now, Dr. MJ.
Yeah.
What do you do for those who are women and men who are afraid of needles? What do you say, and how do you get them to comply or at least work with you with what's going on as far as acupuncture is concerned?
Power on.
Uh-oh.
No, that was my thing. No worry.
Oh gosh, that was scary.
I know.
Okay, so what do I do when people are needle phobic? So first of all, I go and I look around their big bodies for tattoos. That's what I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for tattoos. And I say, okay, how old are we now? You've had blood taken. I can tell you that acupuncture is nothing like that whatsoever. It is nothing even similar to that. So just to give you an idea, the gauge of an acupuncture needle is about the same diameter of a hair. Also, people rightfully so are afraid. Rightfully so, they are afraid of needles. They probably had some terrible experiences when they were younger. And so I completely understand. So I show them a hypodermic needle, a syringe, right? I show them a syringe, and I show them that the diameter of that is usually about an 18 gauge, maybe 16 gauge. In other words, the edge of it is serrated, the inside of it is hollow, and it's meant to take blood out of you or to give you something, right? That is completely different from an acupuncture needle. That is completely solid, and the edge, the tip of an acupuncture needle is rounded. So it's coated in silicone. So it's actually meant to go through your pores, to part your pores, as opposed to cutting anything. That's why we can put 100 acupuncture needles in your body. You won't feel anything. And you also usually don't bleed at all. If you bleed, it's because there's a vein there or something like that, but it's no pain or anything at all. Nobody knows what I'm doing when I'm treating them, especially a good acupuncturist. They know what they're doing, and there isn't any, can they code differently? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what you mean, Ear Hustle. What exactly do you mean about the coding? You mean about the medical billing and stuff? I'm just grabbing one of my needles over here. About medical billing and stuff like that. There's different codes. A lot of times they like to see things like back pain, migraines. What else do they like to see? Pregnancy, nausea. But who doesn't have back pain, right? So most people present with back pain anyway. So everything else is just like kind of secondary to that. So let me just show you. These are some examples of acupuncture needles. So I'll show you a syringe, which is actually, this is kind of not the best thing to show you because this is a diabetic needle, right? So I use this for acumesotherapy. Let me see if you guys can see that. I use that for acumesotherapy. So in the state of Florida, and my particular license, which is a very advanced acupuncture license, I'm allowed to inject herbal substances into the body, as well as vitamins and minerals into the body, right? So that's part of what I do here, which is acumesotherapy. However, most acupuncturists will be using things just like acupuncture needles. So this is a pack of 10 needles. You can't barely even see the actual needles. This is 10 needles in here. So you can see the difference. The gauge on these is probably like a 30 36, 38, something like that. So to compare, just so that you know, for those of you who work with tools and equipment and things like that and hardware, then you know the lower the gauge, the bigger something is, right? The higher the gauge, so the higher the number, the thinner it is. So my needles are like 38, 40, 42, 44 gauge, and hypodermic needles or syringes and injections, injectables, things like that, they start at 30 and go all the way down to like 16. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. So I usually show them, I usually like needle my arm or something like that, and I show them there's absolutely no pain. There's nothing to be afraid of at all. I needle babies as young as 3 months old. And actually, I think I've actually treated a baby that was even younger than that. Animals, small animals and things like that. But there's really relatively no risk, no pain, no medication. Why would you not do something that is so affordable? I have people that come in here and they see relief their very first treatment, which is what I aim for. And as King Simon can attest to, and they're shocked. They said, my doctor wanted me to go for surgery. My doctor wanted me to do this. This is an everyday experience of an acupuncturist.
That's
and
right.
They said, I don't know why I didn't come to you first. I could have just gotten whatever I needed healed right here, right now, today, actually in one session. Not everything is like that, but many things are like that. This is another example. These are so small, you can barely even see them. These are the kind of needles I would use on someone's face. Let's say they've got something like what's going on right now with COVID. People are getting Bell's palsy, right? That's basically paralysis of half of the face from the injection. And the acupuncture needles, these particular ones are for the face. These are very expensive, very high quality Japanese needles. These particular ones would be used for the face to help strengthen the muscles on the affected side of the face.
So let's get into the subject matter, of course, because the womb and mental health is very important, as you have explained to me before. And explain what does it mean when you're talking about that the uterine disease is destroying your mental health? And how would some of these sisters benefit from the information? Well, let's start with the first question, please.
Yes, break it down for me, because I'll get into it, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go way back, right? So back to those days of the ancient Greek philosophers that were obsessed with the uterus, right? They were obsessed with the uterus. They were obsessed with it. They didn't know anything about it, but they had all these crazy theories. They had womb hysteria, wandering womb. They thought the womb actually got up, walked around the house at night, caused all types of problems, stole things out the house, and broke things like a little ghost walking around the house. They thought the uterus got up and walked around the woman's body and caused all types of diseases. So if she had a headache, if she had coughing, if she had whatever it was, they said that the womb, that the uterus was getting up and walking around. It was actually called wandering womb disease. And this was started by these crazy Greek philosophers who just knew nothing about not just the woman's body, but even the men's body. I mean, they thought a little baby was in each sperm was like a little baby, this homunculus inside of the sperm, and that was the thing that put the baby into the woman. So they didn't know anything about anything, but they had all these theories. But this concept of womb hysteria, that's why they call it a hysterectomy, right? The HYST refers to the womb, and that refers to hysteria, right? Hysterical. This woman she's hysterical. She's a hysterical woman. They were partially right in that the womb was responsible for a lot of health conditions in the woman, and that is absolutely true. It is responsible for a lot of disease. But did it do all these crazy things that they said it did? Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. However, this womb hysteria has been recorded in history. Again, this goes back to ancient African culture. This goes back to ancient Egyptian culture. This goes back to ancient. We even see some of this in South American culture, where they talked about the womb connection to the brain, to a woman's brain. And it's just now, I have some notes here on the brain uterus connection. I actually took some studies. I'll see if I can get them to everybody. I can't copy them right here, right now. But I was researching these articles about the brain uterus ovarian connection. And they're finding now that, well, let me go back a little bit. So, you know, of course, the first course of action for almost every uterine disease is just to remove it, right? Just remove it. Modern science looks at it as being this completely unnecessary structure. For somebody who doesn't want their period, for somebody who does not wish to become pregnant, they look at it as this completely useless structure to a woman. And this is still carried on now. I'm talking about now. How many hysterectomies are performed in the United States alone? It's like 1 in every 3 American women will have their uteruses removed, right? So let's talk about what I say, all that to say that Eastern medicine does not see any use for the uterus, or they know, but they just don't want us to know because there's big money in our structures and our body tissues, right? That's a whole other conversation. But as far as that connection, so what they found in animal studies, like real animal studies that you can find on NCBI. You can go to Google Scholar and just look up, you know, womb brain connection, right? And a bunch of studies will come up. They found that when they gave these rats hysterectomies, that these rats performed lower on their cognitive skill tests and their memory tests. So, you know, they can give all of these animals all these tests before and after they get the surgery, and they perform lower. There's actually been a lot of studies. I think some of the studies have been suppressed in the United States, but I've seen a lot of European studies that show that removing a woman's uterus actually can lower their life expectancy by up to 7 years. And also, we found that there are some cells that are found, cells and hormones that are secreted by the uterus and the ovary that are actually responsible for producing neural cells in our brain. So you know, it's just now it's crazy because we had some of this knowledge back then. Now we don't have any of it, and this crazy thought that the uterus is just this useless structure. Not just that, but just think of just from a physical standpoint. And now, of course, we know that it's the home to the baby, right? We know that. So I'm not even speaking about that because that just brings in a whole other layer of things. But just let's say you have no desire to get pregnant, you don't want to have your period, and there's a lot of women that are getting this this elective surgery for these totally arbitrary reasons, and the doctor is more than willing to take that out because guess what? It pays them a lot of money. So so what's happening is that a lot of young girls, even in their 20s, are having this elective surgery of having their uterus removed. Some doctors will do it, some doctors won't do it, but they're saying, you know what? I'm a modern woman. I don't need my uterus. I just want it taken out. And that's what's happening. But guess what? From a physical standpoint, let's say you don't want to have kids. Let's say that's the you know, that you have no interest in that. You just don't want your period anymore. You don't want to take birth control, so you don't want to do it like that. The physical structure of this uterus, some of the actual muscular tissues are connected to your bladder. So not just that, but it's holding up other structures as well in your body. So when you do get a hysterectomy, you have a higher likelihood of having a prolapse of those other structures. So it's not just that, but it's a really, really high chance, you know, of having these other structures come and protrude right through the vagina. And it's not a good thing. It's very difficult for them to go in there. You've also got a high chance of scarring. Now, I'm not here to tell women to do one thing or the other, but that fact alone, the fact that you have this brain uterus ovary connection, and to find out that you could go into early dementia from having your uterus taken out should be enough to give you pause and get a second, third, fourth opinion if your doctor's telling you to have your uterus moved.
Those that are just tuning in, please remember, go to her website. That's www.petalwise.com and of course www.edenintegrative.org. Now, Dr. MJ, you know that a lot of this look like it's also dealing with diet. Can you make the connection with the diet, the mental health, and of course the diseases that are coming together, please?
Sure. So, I always focus on the top 3 conditions, right? I always focus on fibroids. So, okay. So I'm going to say that it stems, fibroids and endometriosis, we can say is dysmenorrhea, which is like painful periods, right? And then we have PCOS, which may cause you to completely lose your period, or amenorrhea, as we call it. We've got this condition where, you know, women will will not get their period. They'll be infertile and things like that. That's PCOS. That's a little bit different. But let's focus on fibroids and endometriosis. So what a doctor will tell you, what scientists will tell you, is that there is no known cause of these things, right? And that's what we've been told, is that there is no known cause. And what it is an overgrowth of tissue. Well, okay, let's go to fibroids first. So fibroids are they're growths in the uterus. So it's an overgrowth of uterine tissue. That tissue should leave every month. That tissue should stop growing. It continues to grow. And I'm just saying it, in layman's terms, it should stop growing. But instead, you can get these growths that are benign. They are non-cancerous, and they grow either on the uterus, on the outside, in the uterine walls, or actually in the actual uterus. So they're called uterine leomas. Sorry, there's so many vocab terms. I'm trying to see if I want to take it to the next, speak in this medical way, or just keep everything very simplified. But I know your audience is very smart, so I'm trying to balance the two of them. So bear with me. So fibroids, there is a component to it. We don't know if eating caused the fibroid. Do you see what I'm saying? So if we're going to just focus on diet alone, we don't know if diet actually caused it, because we had our ancestors, maybe our old grand aunties, our grandmothers and things like that, who ate steaks and drank bourbon every day and never got any type of womb disease. And they may have died of lung cancer, if they were smoking, or liver cancer or something like that, but they didn't have any fibroids. Not just that, I've mentioned before that my company has done extensive surveying and research with our own customers in a non-scientific study, literally just some surveys asking about their history. We've got many women who have never eaten meat a day in their life. We have some women who've never eaten soy a day in their life. They were born and raised as vegetarians, and we were actually shocked to see that there were many women who were like that. We had some women who didn't have their hair relaxed. We had some women who use a lot of chemicals in their house, and some who don't. We had some women who use sex toys, and some who don't. Like we literally tried to go through everything. The only similarity that these women had is that they all use pads and tampons. And all of them obviously were sexually active. But there was really not much rhyme or reason to the diet as far as the diet causing it. Now, what we do know for sure, what science can tell us 100% for sure, is that the fibroids will increase, that the endometriosis also will get worse. Now I'm including endometriosis in there, will get worse. The condition will be more severe as far as the pain, the growth of these particular fibroids. Everything will get worse if you continue to eat meat, particularly red meat. You drink a lot of alcohol. You consume a lot of caffeine, like excessive amounts of caffeine. If you are not exercising regularly. So we know what makes it worse, but we don't know what actually started it. And it certainly could be environmental. Absolutely, Sydney. It certainly could be environmental. What that one thing is, nobody can say what that one thing is. I think we all have that idea in our head that there's something environmental going on here. Is it something in our water? Is it something in our air? Is it something we're cleaning our house with? I can say that a lot of the stuff that we clean our clothing with, a lot of the plastics that we have in our house have endocrine disruptors, right? That BPA plastic has endocrine disruptors in it that have been known to mess with male hormones and female hormones. That's why a lot of these plastic toys and chemicals come with warnings that say, especially in California, they have to label it. So if you get a product from California, it will say, warning, this has been known in the state of California to cause cancer. This has been known in the state of California to disrupt your endocrine system. So you got to watch out just about every single thing because there's so many endocrine disruptors in there, in your products that you use every day.
Okay. Yeah. Those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Dr. MJ. She is an awesome person that I've known for many years. I've had her at my lectures, those that were in New York when I was producing lectures with Dr. Afrika, the late great Dr. Afrika, who it's a year today we lost our brother. And of course, with various other people at Nicholas, she done the whole marijuana lecture. This sister have done it, and it was packed. I mean, everybody came out for that.
High times.
High times came out. Man, when I say high times, it was a high time.
Good friends of mine, very, very good friends of mine.
And they used to come out to a lot of my reggae shows too, with Roger Steffens and all these great guys. Remember, she's an acupuncture physician, author, a board certified Eastern herbalist. And please, if you want her products, like I've been showing y'all, her products is on petalwise.com. Her and her partner has been advertising on my show since I began, and they've been very helpful. Also, if you're in the Florida area, the Florida area, especially South Florida, you can definitely Southeast. That's right. You sound like Washington D.C. now. But if you're in this area, you can get some acupuncture treatment, a massage. All of that is going on inside there because they got some great people there. And of course, is at www.Eden Integrative. It's actually Eden Integrative Medicine or EdenIntegrative.org, and that's
.org. Yeah, the actual company is the actual nonprofit is Eden Integrative Medicine. However, it is the website is www.EdenIntegrative.org. So if you are in the South Florida area, or you're going to be visiting us in the Southeast Florida area, we have people flying in from all over the place, and they come and get treated while they're on vacation. I'm not very far from the beaches, but they can not super close, but not super far either, about a half an hour or so away. Then they can come and get treated. I've had people come here and get treated every day of their vacation, right? So this is a great healing space right here that I've created. I tried to reproduce what I had going in New York, and I really expanded this to help a lot of elders who are dealing with memory issues. But then I got pulled back into women's health, which happily pulled back into women's health, and it's been fantastic. It's been a really, really great response. If you're not able to make it in here, then you can always get a health consultation. You can get health coaching at a very reasonable rate at www.EdenIntegrative.org. You can just put yourself right into the schedule right there. And I can spend an hour or so talking with you about your health condition, interpreting your blood work. That's another thing that we are going to be offering here. I'm hoping that it'll start next week, where we're offering blood work as well. Any lab tests, I can refer out to the nearest lab, which we have plenty around here, and send you for your labs, so that way I can interpret them, any type of lab work, any type of medical test, and really get down to it, because I'm always about combining the modern with the ancient, right? If we have blood tests, why not get that done, and we can see what's going on in your body.
That's right. People, thank you. Remember, please share and like this video, because somebody in your family, a woman or brother, if you brothers are watching this, please share it with a loved one in your family. Now, what are some of the repercussions if people tend to hold these fibroids in them? Because I know mental health is one reason, but what are one of the results? But what are some of the other results if they hold these fibroids? Because I've seen one of my friends had a fibroid that looked like a darn watermelon, melon, like that, and I know it was very hard for her to get it out and go through the surgery. What are some of the repercussions from your perspective?
Yeah, it's the saddest thing for me to see it. It really is extremely sad for me, especially, just trying to get the word out there. There's other practitioners who are also trying to get the word out there to offer their help to women. A lot of women wait until this thing is, this condition is so bad, whether it's endometriosis, whether it's so bad that they can't even walk, they can't even get to work every day. They've got to go on what do you call it, disability, or partial disability and all that kind of stuff. And then I've seen women with fibroids so large, they literally look like they're 6 months pregnant. And by that time, it's gone so far that it's draining their body. It's literally draining them of their life force. It's draining them of their blood. It's draining them of their essence, their yin, right? We're all about, in Eastern medical perspective, we're all about balancing the yin and the yang. And it's literally draining their bodies to the point where you talk to them, they're not even there anymore. They're not living in reality anymore. They have a temporary form of schizophrenia. I've seen it with my own eyes. Unfortunately, I see a lot of it with our own women, where some women are so far gone because of the trauma of this thing that's living inside of them that shouldn't be there, or these things that are living inside of them that shouldn't be there. And why they won't get help, I've heard some women say that they're either afraid of surgery, they're afraid of getting natural help, they're afraid of taking medication. But you got to do something. As much as you care, as much as you live in the spiritual world, whether you are, and I see this a lot, I have to say, I see this a lot with women that are very spiritual, and they'd like to live a very traditional life, and they like to do everything natural. I see it a lot with them. And unfortunately, they go so far down that esoteric route that they don't pay attention to the physical that's right here and right now. And yes, you are this wonderful spiritual being, but you are living in this physical body, and you've got to take care of this physical body. And so, you can't forsake one for the other. So I have to say that it's super, super, super important that people get these things treated, and not just treat the symptoms. It's not just about treating the symptoms. It's not just a cosmetic thing where your belly is all bloated, and you're uncomfortable, or you have PCOS that's causing hirsutism, where you're getting hair growth, or a full-blown beard and mustache. It's not just a cosmetic thing. It's about the damage that's going on in your body. If you have PCOS, one of your ovaries could burst. It could actually rupture. And that could be a life-threatening condition. If you have fibroids that are growing so large, they could actually occlude or press onto your intestines. I actually had a friend that ended up in the hospital from sepsis because the fibroid was actually growing into her large intestine and ruptured, occluded it and pressed on it to where she was getting a septic condition in her body. Wow. And so and she ended up in the emergency room. She actually spent close to a month in the in critical care because of this fibroid. And you have women that are walking around literally as if they are pregnant. This thing is, so some of these things could be growing teeth and hair and eyeballs. Yep. And they've removed them where they're actually growing physical structures. And I can't even imagine living life like that. You cannot possibly have a healthy mind when your body is in such a state of dis-ease. Not just that, but think about the pain. Think about the pain that this woman has every month and the amount of bleeding that she has every single month, and how she's probably traumatized every month thinking about this period. Imagine having to go to work in this severe pain to where you've got to take prescription medication every hour, or ibuprofen or Tylenol or whatever every hour, and walk around with a heat pad on at the office, and bleeding through all types of pads and stuff. This is an extremely traumatic crippling condition, and women have to know that there is help, and you cannot be afraid to seek help, because it's not just ruining your life, but you have to understand it's ruining the people around you as well. It's ruining their life as well. If you've got children, and this is what causes karmic issues, right? This is how everything is connected. Mind, body, spirit, it's all connected. There is no separation at all. So you've got issues that are causing you got physical issues that are causing you to yell at your children, or to be nasty to your husband or your boyfriend, or to be nasty to your clients at work or your coworkers, then guess what? You're going to develop karmic issues, spiritual issues now from that bad karma, right? That you're building around the world, and it's just going to continue manifesting in the physical and the mental world. And so you've got to take care of that. There's no excuse for it. If you understand, if every month you're noticing that your period is super heavy, and that, or or that you've got severe pain, that is not normal. It's not normal. You've got to get some help for it. And I see it all day, every day, where I look in a sister's eyes, a woman's eyes, not just that, but women who've just given birth, who are extremely blood deficient as well. And they're not there. They're not there. They're wreaking havoc in their life, calamity in their life, because of what is going on in their uterus or in their ovaries.
You know, those that are just tuning in, we're speaking with Dr. MJ, acupuncture physician and author and board certified Eastern herbalist. Remember her website for consultation and products. She has some great products. Also, she has some antiviral products that I use personally. That's been very helpful to me. And of course, but focus is on sisters' health. And the website is petalwise.com. That's petalwise.com. And again, remember, my coupon code is on there. If they have things on sale, don't expect the coupon code. But if it's not on sale, use my coupon code, family. It's King 2021. That's King 2021. That's the coupon code. And also remember, if you're, you know, for other services, acupuncture, if you're in the southeast Florida of Southeast Florida, down in Florida here, we out here having fun. EdenIntegrative.org. That's EdenIntegrative.org. Now, Dr. MJ, yes. Can after the removal of fibroids, can it return back to the body?
Absolutely, 100%. Usually you have like a 2-year window, anywhere from let's not even say 2 years. You have like a 12-month to 24-month window where the fibroids will come back. Yes. Yeah. Consultations can be done anywhere. If you just give me when you book your, sorry, I'm all in the box there, but okay, I'll wait. I'll answer that stuff later. So I'm sorry, but keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. Okay. So what I will say is that, yes, they do come back. Yes, they absolutely will come back. They will. There's no if they will come back. They will come back. And your doctor, if they are a qualified medical doctor, they will always tell you, that they will come back. So they'll tell you after we do the surgery. So if we do a myomectomy and we remove them, which is where they cut a small slit in your abdomen, they take your uterus out, open it, see where you have fibroids, remove as many as they can and put that back into your body. Not only do you have a lot of scar tissue with that, but you also have a high chance of them returning, because guess what? They can just find another place in your uterus to return. If you have this in your DNA now to continue making this defective uterine tissue, then guess what? It's going to just continue coming back. The same thing with PCOS. What's great about PCOS, if I can say that, right? It sounds like an oxymoron, but what's great about PCOS is that it's much easier to treat. This is polycystic ovarian syndrome. This is much easier to treat, much higher success rate, and a lot of times it changes with diet. With diet and exercise. Usually when a woman loses weight and she stops eating all the dairy and fattening foods, it usually goes away. Most women have PCOS right now, and they don't even know it. Most women have PCOS, and they just don't know, or they don't have full-blown PCOS, but they do have a condition where their ovary is retaining that egg and a sac of fluid is building around it. So if you've had a month where you are eating a lot of dairy, you most likely are developing like a short-term PCOS, because all that phlegm goes somewhere in your body, right? And so, it does resolve itself pretty easily, so long as you're willing to change your diet, and the hormonal situation will resolve itself. So if you got PCOS, guess what? You're in a better position than someone who's got fibroids or endometriosis.
Do you see the question there? The question, do you ever see any conditions that occur in post-menopausal women?
Absolutely. I see the mental illness. Absolutely. I see the mental dis-ease in menopausal women. You see a lot of women that are going through menopause have severe mood swings, severe hot flashes, severe body dryness, or vaginal dryness, skin itching. They develop rashes. They develop allergies and things like that. Here's the thing about menopause. Same thing with menopause. right? So as after age 40, your diet has to change significantly. Your activities should change. Menopause and menopause are conditions that are mainly seen in Western culture. This Western culture where we are rushing, where we're said, you know, we're taught to keep going. Have the same amount of sex that you had when you're in your 20s. Make the same amount of babies that you had when you're in your 20s. Keep producing the amount of resources that you did when you were in your 20s. Keep doing everything that you did when you were in your 20s, and keep eating the same way. That's impossible, because guess what? Your estrogen naturally lowers. Your testosterone, as if you're a man, naturally lowers. But when you have those same stress levels, when you have those same stressors, when you have those same demands on you, instead of going to live a peaceful life somewhere, then guess what? That's those hormones continue to rise out of stress. This is overly simplified, of course. There's other stress hormones involved. What happens is that it becomes a poison in your body. This is why men develop prostate issues, and this is why women develop things like breast cancers and all types of uterine issues as well. It's a lifestyle. It is absolutely a lifestyle. And you have to change your diet. You can't eat the same way you did. You can't drink the same way you did. And you certainly can't live the same life that you used to. It is natural for you to be able to, for you to relax in your older years. It's not, you don't need to be a bull anymore after age 40. You can't live like that, or else it becomes toxic to you. So what will happen is that if you are a woman going through menopause, then you will get mood swings. You will get hot flashes. You will get these horrible symptoms that are almost not seen outside of the United States and Europe and Canada, Wait, let me go back here because there are questions coming in. Let me just go
you
back.
see this. Suli just asked, hi, I just joined Lost.
I'm gonna go back further than that because there were a couple of things here.
Somebody
asked me about consultations not in the United States. Absolutely. I think I started answering that.
Yes, right.
If you just when you make your appointment, then you just send off. There's usually like a comment or something that you can make and just tell me what your time zone, and we can work that out for you. Absolutely. So once you book your consultation, I usually contact you within 12 to 24 hours, and we book it from there. We'll talk before that. Let's see. Okay, now Sueli.
Yes.
You just lost one ovary and I'm scared to lose the other. Do you have products for cystic fibroids? I would strongly recommend using Womb Sweep. Strongly recommend using Womb Sweep. If you go to the Petalwise website, and it is right there on the screen. Thank you so much, King Simon. I would strongly recommend using Womb Sweep. It's an all-encompassing formula that is extremely effective for fibroids, endometriosis, and PCOS. I know they are sometimes very different conditions, but the formula is extremely balanced. It is for overall what we call lower jiao health or for uterine health. So we've got to correct those imbalances that you have going on in there. Also to increase the blood flow, so increase that microcirculation without stimulating the growth of your uterine tissue. So for those who are suffering with fibroids and endometriosis, but if you have anything that is pathological in your reproductive structures, then that is a great formula for you.
We only have 4 minutes with our beautiful sister, so please, if you have any questions, put that question in the chat right now. I think the brother put in a question, but I think it was just directed. Let me see what they got there. You see it?
When you have fibroids, do you have to get surgery? Is that the question?
Yes, that's the question. That's
is there acupuncture only to treat the pain? That's a very good question. That is a really, really good question. Do you have to get surgery? No, there are other options. So some of the surgical options are hysterectomy. So when we think of surgery, we always think of hysterectomy, but no, there's other surgical options. And King Simon, I don't know if you have to go, but if we need to stay another few minutes, I certainly can. I know
you wanted an hour. You put up there an hour, so I said, all right, maybe she wants to stay an hour.
No, it's quite all right. And plus, I want to make sure. I would love to make sure that everybody has all the information in here. Ear Hustle, yes, I'll get right to you. So let's see here. So as far as surgery, so there is hysterectomy. That is the removal of all or part of your reproductive structure. So you could have your uterus removed along with your cervix or part of your cervix. You could have your ovaries removed along with everything else, and that's an ovarectomy, something like that. I can't remember the exact name, but it's a more extensive hysterectomy. And so there's other types of surgery. You can also have the cauterization process, where they basically inject the arteries leading to the uterus with a type of plastic, and it cuts off. It's like a type of acrylic or something like that. It's a foreign object in your body, and it cuts off the blood supply to the actual fibroid. And so what happens with that? It's effective, yes. It's extremely painful. You also have plastic now in your body, and it can also cause some infertility, and the fibroid can just go ahead and find a new blood supply, which does happen. Now, as far as acupuncture, what can it do? Well, it can help regulate the blood flow and the hormonal imbalance that you have. With fibroids, what we see is women that have a serious imbalance of their progesterone and their estrogen. Usually they have too much estrogen in their body. So I deal a lot with that, not only with my products, but also with diet and exercise as well. If you'd like to change your diet, you would focus, well, actually, that goes to my support group. So I have a support group that functions every month, usually towards the end of the month. So we're going to be doing middle. So actually, we're going to be doing middle April. And in that, we're going to be discussing all about the diet that you can, changes that you can make to your diet in order to help shrink the fibroids. But I can tell you straight up that you need to get more green leafy vegetables, more cruciferous vegetables. What do those do exactly? Is that they help clean up excess estrogen in your body. So if you have a condition where you got too much estrogen that is leading to the uterine lining becoming too thick, then eating cruciferous and green vegetables can actually go around your body and clean it up in the same way that those vegetables clean up excess metals, heavy metals in your body. So yeah, we always say, oh, get your greens, but nobody actually tells you why. Well, I'm telling you why right now is because they are the cleaners. Those phytonutrients, chlorophyll specifically, cleans up excess testosterone, excess estrogen, excess progesterone in your body. Well, progesterone is the precursor to those things. And it can help balance. Not just that, but you need to strongly cut out excessive sugary foods because estrogen is insulin receptive, or it's insulin sensitive. And so what happens is that if you have a body, if you're taking an excess sugar, the estrogen is going to bind to that. Also with fat as well. So you want to cut down excessive fat. You want to cut down excessive sugar, 100%. Acupuncture helps to not only correct those imbalances with the blood flow, because there's clearly a blood flow issue if these fibroids are sucking up all of your blood flow from your arteries, but it can also help to start the shrinking process by correcting your lymphatic flow. So there's points that are on your legs, there's points that are on your abdomen, on your back, that can help by shrinking the fibroids, so long as the acupuncturist knows what they are doing and don't inadvertently direct blood flow to the uterus, but away from it, right? So I hope I answered those couple of questions about shrinking fibroids. Change your diet and exercise. You must exercise. Unfortunately, I don't see enough women who look like me exercising on a daily basis. You've got to get moving, not just for your weight and cosmetic purposes, but you've got to get your blood flowing. There's no magic pill that you can take that is going to cure anything in your body. If you are not exercising, you are going to die. That's it. I have to say it like that. I meet women every day that they don't exercise. They don't drink water. And I tell them, I can't work with you. If you're not willing to do that, I can't work with you. And King Simon knows that I turn away probably an equal amount of people that I take on. He knows that I do. If you are not willing to make those positive changes to your lifestyle, then I don't want to waste your time or your money. You've got to get your body moving. It has to become a part of your lifestyle. We find that women who exercise on a daily basis, not that they won't get fibroids or endometriosis or PCOS, but they have a much much lower incidence of developing and also having these things grow. Exercise can actually halt the growth of fibroids and endometrial tissue and can actually correct and eliminate PCOS.
You know, and those that are just tuning in, our beautiful sister has done a wonderful job. Somebody, let me say, movement is life and stagnation is death. That's right, Holistica. Hey, what's up, Holistica?
That's right. Thank you so much for adding that. You are absolutely right. And it's gotten to the point where I have to say it like that. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds morbid, but it is so true. It pains me to see sisters that are unnecessarily either obese or that are you know, suffering with these diseases. I'm gonna move to say that, and I'm gonna stand on this, that probably 80% of your disease is going to be resolved through exercise and proper diet. If you just change those things, but you've got to be willing to change it. If you can and you need someone, and you know, you're in need of someone to hold your hand through it, then I would say then to sign up for health coaching. Sign up for health coaching, so that way you have someone like me that can help you through it. Some women literally tell me that they just do not know. They say, I just had a woman, a lovely young lady in here who told me that she just grew up in a family that did not eat vegetables or exercise ever. And I meet people like this every single day, and I don't judge them. I'm not looking to stigmatize them, but now I said, okay, you're over 40, you're over 50, you're over 30. We've got to make some big, bold moves here. Okay, I'm not going to baby you through it. I'm gonna push you through this, sometimes violently, because you cannot let these things. Your cancer's growing in your body. You know, you've got toxic waste in your body, and if you just got moving, it'll leave your body. Right, a lot of your waste comes out of your sweat, out of your pores, out of your body's, out of your skin, and so out of your feces and your urine, and you got to get your blood circulating and your lymph fluid moving. So even getting massages helps.
You know, Dr. MJ, you've been to Africa, and you notice that they don't eat that much vegetables either.
No, not at all.
Obviously, the sun is probably helping to get it out. Or what when from your experience over there, what has helped them to get a lot of that stuff out of their system, since they're not eating a lot of vegetables like that?
Yes. So that was actually very, very surprising to me. It was very surprising to me when I went to, I spent some time in Southern Africa, in Namibia specifically, Botswana, and South Africa. And what I found is that, from my observation, is that outside of the Western US, believe it or not, and it's such a paradox that we have going on here, there was not a large amount of people consuming vegetables, like just green leafy vegetables. And then I learned through, and this doesn't apply to everybody, obviously. This doesn't apply to everyone's culture, but I had to learn as a Black American that this was very distinct to this culture, that this eating of this large amount of green vegetables on the side of your plate, and that this wasn't central to everybody's culture. And some there are. I'm talking just in general. I'm making generalizations here, so don't come for me because I know there are many cultures who do. But on average, that is really not a large part of some people's diet. And I think that you guys can kind of agree with me on that. It isn't a large part of some cultures' diet, whether it be some Caribbean places, Latin America, and also in Africa specifically. I remember blending up a green shake, and they just were, you know, in the house that I was staying at. As you know, I was staying with the president's family, and he asked, you know, that his housekeepers, his domestic workers were just like so disgusted, and so was everybody else in the house. They said, "What are you blending in there? There's no meat in there. There's no milk in there." They asked me if I wanted. They bought a tray of meat and asked me if I wanted to put it into the smoothie, and I said, "No. This is a vegetable smoothie. It was just celery, and they've got some beautiful vegetables there, like some of the most beautiful green celery I've ever. The celery was like this big, and it's like green, like broccoli green, and it's it was something that was completely disgusting to them. And so, I sat there and was teaching the people in that household, about the benefits of these greens. But I would say that most people were very much so in shape. They were very, very healthy. It was very rare that you see somebody that is obese there. And their diet mainly consisted of meats. And not even as many grains. It's mainly a meat eating culture, and lots of exotic meats like zebra, or you see me now. I spent too much time in Africa. I'm saying zebra, springbuck. Was it oryx? Hey, oryx. What else was it? Their version of the deer, right? And they eat so much meat. I've never seen people eat so much meat, but they, the way that they eat the meat is clean. It is also non-GMO, and it's also not treated with antibiotics and steroids and hormones and all that type of stuff. Right. So, so they have a totally different. They didn't have as many dental problems as we have, not as much obesity. Their life expectancy is slightly lower though from that, but definitely a lot less cancer. But they also live very active lives, and the sun is there. The sun is ever present, as it is down here in Florida. I've actually had people ask me if I had plastic surgery. I have friends and family. They say, "Did you get some work done?" And I say, no, it's just the sunlight here.
It's sun done.
Mm-hmm. It's the sun. I really think that the sun is very curative for certain people. Mm-hmm.
Somebody just asked, misunderstood, why is bacterial vaginosis reoccurring and not curable?
Because your diet is off. That's what it is. It is absolutely curable. It's absolutely curable. There is a wonderful product that we make called Yoni Pure. It is definitely one of the best sellers. This is for the internal causes of bacterial vaginosis. This is 100% curable. That's not viral. That is bacterial, as is the title, right? So you definitely want to look to Yoni Pure for that. That's not what's on the screen. What's on the screen is the 1-month kit. That's for women who have fibroids and endometriosis. Okay. So something like bacterial vaginosis is 100% curable as a fungal infection. These things are very easily curable, but it's got to be done from the inside. You definitely want to increase cruciferous sulfuric vegetables like cabbage, like broccoli, like Brussels sprouts and all of that. So all of those things need to be consumed regularly. Lots of water. You may also want to add turmeric to your diet and ginger to your diet. Lots of chlorophyll, again, those green leafy vegetables. Lots of fruits and water as well. But use Yoni Pure, because and Yoni Pure could be used for women who have STIs, STDs, bacterial vaginosis, reoccurring fungal infections. Because usually a fungal infection will resolve itself. I don't think there's any woman alive that hasn't had either bacterial vaginosis or a fungal infection like yeast or something like that. It's just the very nature of the vagina is to become infected with certain things at certain parts of your life. But the difference is in being able to cure it and letting it be gone, so that way you don't experience it again, or that you only experience it very rarely. So definitely improve the diet. You want to focus on wearing pure cotton panties. You want to also treat your partner as well. Something like bacterial vaginosis, you've got to treat your partner. So I say, if you're going to take Yoni Pure, your partner should also be taking it as well, so that way they are not reinfecting. That's the same thing with fungal infections as well. I love that we're talking about this.
Are you saying that men can take it also?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They can take Yoni Pure, not womb sleep. That stuff is for women.
Yeah, because they're not in the womb.
Yes. I've had women take it for herpes infections and resolve their herpes very easily. What else? HPV. There's a woman who made this long review on our site. I don't think it's on this site anymore. It's on the old site. I don't know, maybe on there. I don't check I told you the reviews come from an independent company. So they monitor that. So I can't even touch them, as a matter of fact. And she made this review saying how she used it for her HPV, and how she, you know what, let me not even go there. I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm not going to say that it cures it. I don't want to say that.
Stay focused.
Yes. Let me not say that. All I'm saying is that this was an actual customer's experience how she used it for HPV. And I'm just going to say that she actually went and found out that she either it was so undetectable that they couldn't find it, or she didn't have it anymore, which I said, oh, okay, I better add that to the description, because that was not my intention of making this. This was for women who have reoccurring yeast infections and reoccurring bacterial infections, because those can be super annoying. They can be super annoying, but they are easy to get rid of if you take a strong, really potent. I will give you one warning, is that it is extremely bitter, but extremely effective. It is probably the strongest formula that we have in our cache. It is just, it's nasty and it works.
And somebody just asked, any essential oil recommendation for vaginal health?
Yes. Now, here's what I will say. I will never, ever suggest that you use any essential oils on your vagina. Don't even think about it. Don't do it. They are too strong and too irritating. Please, God, do not put any essential oils on your vagina or anywhere near around your vagina. Don't stick any onions up there or any garlic cloves up there. I can't. I'm only saying because I get these questions a lot. What you can do is just take a diluted and a very diluted amount, like a 1 drop of tea tree oil or lavender. Both of them are antifungal, and you can put that onto a what do you call it? A panty liner. And you can use that. Don't put it directly on you at all. Don't ever do that. Always take care of these things from the inside. Always. If you have a vaginal infection, you know that it's a simple vaginal infection. They have, Aton, they do that. I get lots of emails about it. But and it's just because their grandmothers did it, their great aunties did it, everybody did it, so they do it. That's just
they would make it stew.
Yeah, they would make.
That's called stool. Remind them.
Yes, they were making soup.
I'm just saying.
Yes, I have heard onions. I have heard of women putting all types of things up there. These things are caustic to vaginal tissue. Don't do it. Just please don't do it. You guys are laughing, but yes, I get these emails a lot. Can I stick a clove of garlic up there? No. Can I stick a slice of ginger root up there? No. Can I I get these questions all. Don't do it. I'm sure your grandmother probably told you, put some butter up there, some olive oil, and mix it up and make yourself. No, don't do it.
You must remember, this is an ancient vaginal system. I know this is gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna stop.
But I get these questions a lot. I do get these questions a lot. I do. Okay, let's get back to this board here. What are people asking here?
Somebody just asked what about Yoni steams? What is it effective for? Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, Yoni steams are great. They are really, really good. I recommend them specifically for post-coital behavior. What is that? A fancy term of saying after sex. Or some women use it as in preparation. I had a woman buy our Yoni steam pack. She bought enough for her whole bridesmaids party. So Yoni steam is an ancient practice. In Yoni steaming and smoking is something that's done in many, many cultures all over the world. In all of my travels all over the world, I don't think there's any culture that does not do it. So in parts of Afrika, they do smoke. They actually do Yoni smoking. So the woman will stand over with a long skirt. She'll stand over hot coals, and they'll burn herbs on the coals and resins from trees, and they'll allow the smoke to come up. Those smokes sometimes can help, depending on what herbs they use, can actually help to what we call seal the nesses. And what does that mean is that if you have a pathological bleeding, you have spotting and things like that, they use it for that, to hold on to the baby, or for somebody who just gave birth. So a lot of conditions you can use it for. If you have excessive itching and you have itching, vaginal dryness, I strongly recommend that you take a look at ours. Ours are in a pad. I don't have any live packs here now, because every time I bring them, they just get sold. But you can just go to the website. You guys can take a look. If you go to I can't even share my screen. But if you go to the website, you go to petalwise.com, you go to the products, you'll see VagiSteam. We make them so easy. We make them super easy. They actually come in these gigantic packs, and there's stuff with herbs and flowers and apple cider vinegar and essential tiny amounts of essential oil. So they're not actually going into your vagina, but very tiny amounts of rose essential oil, which is super soothing to the skin because it's based in jojoba anyway. And when you boil those, you can actually stand over the steam, or you can put it into like a sitz bath, or you can, no starting fires. It's super easy. Yeah, don't go smoking yourself out in the house. But you can actually, you can use them super easy. I believe in doing things the modern way. We have this great technology, if you want to call it that, but our packs are so easy to use. They're already made for you. You don't have to do anything. If you have a sitz bath, you can sit your butt into it. If not, you can boil it and put it into a bathtub, or you can take the pack, boil it, let it cool off a little bit, and lay it right on that area. If you have an infection, it will help you a lot because of the fact that it is it's super soothing and also curative with that apple cider vinegar in it. It has a ton of apple cider vinegar.
I'll take 2 steamed fish to go, please. 2. Okay, somebody said let's get it back to rated good.
I can't.
Can my daughter use Petalwise after she gives birth?
Yes, she absolutely can. I would recommend, if she's breastfeeding, don't take nothing internally. No, if she's breastfeeding, not internally. But I strongly recommend that she use them, use the steam packs. She can use the steam packs right directly on the area. It will be so soothing for her, and it will help dry up any excess of bleeding. If she does not plan on breastfeeding, then yes, she can take, I would recommend taking a month of womb sweep just to clear the uterus out, clear the vagina out, clear the cervix out of anything, any retained loci, right, is what we call it, or any retained blood or anything like that, just to get anything that's in there out, any fluid, any of that stuff out, but also to do the steaming. But again, if she's breastfeeding, only steam packs, that's it. What is Be the Change says, in my house growing up, not eating meat is a crime. Yeah, exactly. It's cultural. It's not anybody's fault. It's cultural. And it's not, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I used to be like I used to be a snob about this. You know, when I was a strict vegan, I used to be terrible. You know, I used to condemn people who didn't eat, who ate meat. And that was wrong. You know, it is culture, and it's disrespectful, you know, for me to even suggest that somebody change that. However, if you're going to consume meat, make sure that it's organic, make sure that it is non-GMO, make sure that it is that it's farm raised, right? I could say at least do your best in ensuring that. Overseas, no, Sylvia, you just have to order from the website. We ship everywhere. As a matter of fact, most of our customers are in New Zealand and Australia, believe it or not. So we ship everywhere. Also Canada. I would say number 1, New Zealand, number 2, Canada, and number 3, United States. So we ship everywhere. What else do we have here?
That's it.
Oh, wait, no, someone said Florida is the closest environment to the motherland that we have here in the States. I would agree. I would absolutely agree. Florida has been absolutely magical to me. I don't know if it's just because I did all of these intentional meditations and visualizations on coming here and living in a cold environment my whole life, but I can say that Florida has been absolutely wonderful. Not only have I seen my physical health improve dramatically, but I've also seen my mental health improve dramatically. And I think it has a lot to do with the sun and the warmth. Experiencing the harsh winter every year was really, it was causing seasonal affective disorder. It was causing my body to break down. It was causing like really bad weight gain and skin issues. And I have to say, living down here has been just wonderful to my spirit, to my body, to my mind. And I strongly recommend, I'm always trying to get people to come down here. I strongly recommend. I can tell you, community is down here. Community is down here. All the culture that you can find up north and in the west is actually starting to come here. I'm finding these healing circles. I'm finding these wonderful events. Like every week, there's something amazing going on here. You know.
You know, a lot of people, I've been coming here every year for the last 3 to 4 years so far. And believe me, I'm about to get a place that I can come here for the winter while it's winter up there. It has been mentally healing for me. I've been writing, I've been putting things together and manifesting things. So, Dr. MJ knows that I constantly working. I mean, people are constantly
always.
and then I go work out at the gym, or go run do the pool, or go to the beach. But we need our heat. We need that sun again, man. We are like you said, tired of the cold. I had a friend. I'm 54. I had a friend that transitioned at the age of 54 just by shoveling snow in New York. So I said to myself, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not doing that shoveling snow and then dying. So any more questions?
Those days are over.
Yeah,
those days are over. Yeah.
Those days are over for me. Any other questions, people? Any other questions? Being near the water, somebody being there where it's healing.
It's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. And and I love the West too. Who said about the West? I love the West too. Somebody said the West is the best. I love the West. I love California, but the kind of lifestyle I would like to live in the West is probably not as attainable immediately as it is down here. It is a very, very easy life down here. For me, I can't speak about everybody's situation. Yeah, everyone that has just been spending time down here with me, with my family, has just been like, oh God, like I can't say, listen, nowhere is a Shangri-La, right? Nowhere is perfect. But I have to say that it has been an amazingly wonderful experience being here.
It was so funny. One day we're going to get her mom here, because her mom is a Reiki healer, man. That sister got the touch, not only not just Reiki energy, she know how to cook food and make good food too, man. I'm telling
best Caribbean
man.
Food, best Latin food, whatever you want, it's all here. It is all here. You got the Keys a short drive away. I just came back from the beautiful Keys, and it has just been, I mean, it is just so nice. It really has been amazing here. And I can always go back up north and see my friends and family. So thank you so much and also, guys, please, if you would like to be part of that group, that group, I give you those insider tips that I go really, really deep into them. It's free. There's no cost for it at all. Every single month, if you go, excuse me, if you go to our Instagram, or you go
I'll put it up right now. I got it right here. IG.
At Eden Integrative or at Petalwise. Then I post every month. And also, if you're on our mailing list for products, if you purchase anything from our company, you'll automatically be added to the newsletter, and you'll get information every month about that group. I put on I put on a whole show. I have a presentation that I show everybody. We go into not only the biomedical, but also, and again, this is free. There's no cost for this. We go into the biomedical as well as the esoteric reasons, causes, and treatments for womb disease. So if you are looking to really get to the root of this, get to the source of this, then we do this. What is this? Then come on down here. Is it Saja? Come on down here.
That's right.
There's plenty of people who look like us down here. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, it is absolutely free. It's only women. I every month it's been getting a little bit bigger, but it's still very intimate. It's never more than about 25 to 30 people, and not even that much, to be honest with you. No, we never have that huge amount of people in the group at once. It's very intimate, so you can talk to me and ask questions. But if you have like lab work, if you have like long questions that you want to ask about your full health, I would strongly recommend signing up for health coaching. There's a special in there for 6 health coaching sessions. If you've got somebody that you know that has cancer, or a caretaker of somebody who has Alzheimer's disease, somebody that has breast cancer, somebody's got some serious issues, kidney disease, and you want health coaching, or if you're on a diet or fasting, I strongly recommend getting the health coaching. I see a question coming.
Benita Sutton. What's up, Benita from North Carolina? Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
The questions. I have a question. Sometimes when I have a bowel movement, I will have vaginal bleeding. Why is this?
This could be endometriosis. I don't. If you have not gotten checked for endometriosis, you definitely need to get checked for that. If we're talking about womb, if we're not talking about that, you could have an ulcer, or you could have a lesion or a fissure or something in your in the rectum. This sounds like it, I mean, and now of course my mind goes straight to the women's health stuff, but this could be a local issue. I would absolutely recommend going to your doctor to refer you to go get some sort of visualization, a camera, something where you can see the lining of your no, she's saying she has vaginal bleeding, right? I'm sorry, the question is not up there. She has vaginal bleeding with it.
Bleeding, yeah. Every time she move her bowels, yes.
Okay, that could be endometriosis then. I'm sorry, I left that part out. Sorry about that. That could be endometriosis because that is not common, but that could be one of the signs or symptoms of it. That is something to get checked out immediately. Get that checked out. Don't wait on that, sister. Do not wait on it. Get it looked at. Any type of bleeding in your body, you got to take a look at it. And if this is happening consistently, you could develop anemia from this, and you don't want bad anemia. I've dealt with severe anemia in the past, and it's not pretty. It's not fun for your body, your mind, anything like that. For the group, guys, for the group, you can find the group by going to either my Instagram at Eden Integrative or at Petalwise, and you can find. I post information about the group. At some point this week, I'm going to post for the April group. It is free. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to register at Eventbrite, and I'm going to post the new one this upcoming week. And any questions you have about products, any questions that you have about your health condition. Some people just want to ask me about their doctor sent them for surgery, so I'll give you some advice on that. Just a few minutes for each person. But I also do a full presentation of whatever we're talking about. This month, we're going to be talking about diet, some foods and herbs that you can add to your diet to keep your reproductive structures clear, to stop PMS, menopause symptoms, to prevent cancer of the uterus, the cervix, and the ovaries as well. So we're going to talk about all about diet. And what else was it? It was diet. Wait, here, I actually put it here. It was because I'm looking at my presentation from the last month. In April, we will be discussing eating, essential oils, flower essences, crystal therapy, because and the reason why we're talking about that is because the previous weeks we talked a lot about the biomedical. So now the women asked me if we could talk about the esoteric stuff. So we're going to be doing that this month. We're going to be talking about the spiritual stuff. So at their request, that's what I'm going to be doing. All right. But we always go back to both. Mm-hmm.
Well, family, we want to thank our beautiful sister, Dr. MJ, for coming in. Thank you, Dr. MJ. Please. Let's go to her website. I know y'all are sending questions now. See that we're about to get out of here. You should have been on here from earlier asking questions, but
can I answer it, please?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, answer it.
Okay, really quick. So the normal time should be early 50s. Normal time should be early 50s, like between 50. Well, some people say 49 and 52. That should be normal. However, I have known women have gone into menopause in their 30s. It's a familial thing, meaning that their mother went early, and you can look at these women and tell that they have poor kidney energy or poor kidney chi. Meaning that they don't have strong constitutions, meaning that their genes are a little bit weaker, or a little bit. I don't want to say I speak like this, so don't and nobody take any offense to this. But it's poor kidney energy that could be causing even for men, it could be causing early impotence and early dementia and things like that. For women, it could be causing early menopause. This is poor or weak kidney yin or kidney chi. And this is something that's usually passed down from the family. So the mother gave birth when she was older or weak or in a weakened condition. This could cause this for the woman, for the child, the female child growing older. And the same thing for a boy. If a woman was weak when she was pregnant with a son, she could produce weaker constitution boys.
Mm-hmm. Well, sister, you just know how to make it happen and close it right well. Give her a round of applause, family. Everybody put up the number 6. Number 6, because she's born under the number 6. That's the healing number, the health number. Put up that number 6, family. Put up that number 6. Put up the number 6 and thank her. Let's thank her. My goodness, thank you very much. Remember, go to her website, petalwise.com and edenintegrative.org. And don't forget the IG pages. Become her friend at Eden Integrative and Petalwise. That's right, at Petalwise and Eden Integrative at IG. Please, my girls, thank you very much again, Dr. MJ, all the time, man. Salute to you and the whole team. Even Chewy is a team, so big up to Chewy.
Yes, big up to my little dog Chewy.
Yes, love Chewy. Chewy's out there right now, I think.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're gonna talk, all right, sis?
All right, peace. Thank you.
You be safe, and we'll talk, and I'll talk to you later, all right?
All right, see you soon. Peace.
All right, peace. That has been Dr. MJ in the building. Give her another round of applause all the time. Oh, man, it was a no troll zone. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everybody put up them sixes. Thank you. That's right. Put up them sixes. That's what I like to see. That's right. We put up them sixes, man. Oh, my goodness. That's what we're talking about. Thank you. That's right. Let's thank the sister. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad we had this time together.
To launch and scale
just
your
to,
online.
what is that? Just to have a laugh and speak about health. And if you know you're going through vaginal problems, it's the time to check out Eden Integrative. I just put that together, as you can see. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy. That's what I do. I do crazy stuff. Oh, man. Thanks to all the celebrities that passed through. Bonita is usually working with Sonetta on his channel. A big up to Aton Edwards that passed through also. All of you are celebrities to me. So I want to thank each and every one of you. We're going to close out, man. And let me just shut down and make sure we go to the, of course, let's close out. I always like to say this, family, when we have great people on here, you must always support them. Once again, hit up Dr. MJ, acupuncture physician, author, and board certified Eastern herbalist. And remember, for products and consultation, please go to www.petalwise.com. Acupuncture and other service, especially if you're here in the Southeast Florida area, please go to www.edenintegrative.org. And it's really the full name of the business here in Florida is called Eden Integrative Medicine. So yeah, she got some great stuff going on. I got a treatment over there. I got the cupping, and I got the and I'm gonna get another one probably before I leave town. I'm leaving town on Wednesday, so I'll probably get another one before I leave town. And big up to her all the time. Thank you very much. And don't forget her IG. Befriend her on IG. That's Eden Integrative and Petalwise. That's Eden Integrative, and Petalwise. I guess my partner in Vive wasn't able to show up, so let me close out by myself. Of course, we want to salute again Dr. Laila Afrika. Dr. Laila Afrika, today would be a whole year since he transitioned. Of course, today would be a whole year since he transitioned. Love you, Doc. Miss you, Doc. Was a dear friend of mine, as you can see. Pictures. I got more pictures than this, but I just had to put it on. Then, of course, one of the celebrities he had with Erykah Badu. Those who want to support the T-shirt drive, doing a T-shirt drive, part of the proceeds will go to her, his beautiful wife. If you want to buy one of the T-shirts, here is the website right here. If you want to buy the T-shirts, please, this is the T-shirt, and I'm only going to keep this up for probably for a month, and then I'm going to probably get rid of it. I already bought 10, and I sent the wife $200 as part posting, because Teesprings have to take their money, and I just have to send the rest. That's how it is, because I'm really not making nothing from it, but it is on my Teespring website. But Teespring is making their money, and then I'm sending the part. That's why I said part proceeds, because they're going to take their money. So that is the website. That's www.teesprings.com/Dr-Afrika-Salute by King Simon. So make sure, or just go Dr-Afrika-Salute, and it should come up at teesprings.com/Dr-Afrika-Salute. It should come right up. All right, so that's what's very, very important. And that's the front of the shirt. And I had to put one of his quotes in the back of the shirt. This is one of his most controversial quotes. And he always used to say, the Europeans has made disease a multi-million-dollar industry. Dr. Afrika has been saying that for years. And also go to his website, LailaAfrica.com. That's LailaAfrica.com. It's been a year since our brother transitioned. And just to show you, look, those that are tuned in, I sent my $200 donation to her because I bought those shirts and I had to send her. I wanted to make sure she get her money. And just to show love and keeping the legacy alive. That's Laila Afrika and Dr. Melanie's charleschild Cash App. I sent that this morning at 1 a.m. after I purchased the shirt. So I'm not playing about this. And, people like, Dr. Sabi I've supported, and various other people, Dr. Khalid, all kinds of people I've supported. So, all right, family, guess what we got coming up next? Just want to make sure this is what we got coming up next. I want to make sure y'all are tuned in, because this is going to be exciting. First and foremost, this coming, I think this coming Wednesday, I will be speaking on the missing links in your name through numbers, and how to regain the links or understand the challenges of, you might, just like the names that you've been born with. Some of you change your name and all that. It's all right. You can change your name, but I'll tell people all the time, whatever's on your birth certificate, you were supposed to have that in this life. So whether you take on another name or decide to change, the vibration of that birth certificate name is very important. Now, if you changed it from the age of 3, or your parents changed it from a young age and you've been carrying it for 20 years, then let's use the name that you've been carrying or the name that you've been given. But if it is a name that you have been born with and carried with. Like, I know, although I don't like the first name that my mother gave me, I know that I had to heal. That the name that she gave me is under one of the challenging vibrations of the numbers that reside with me. So I had to understand that challenge and not make that challenge a challenge anymore, but make it a stepping stone for me to heal and understand how to navigate in this realm. Because remember, numerology is just a GPS. It's not anything to control you and something to tell you all the craziness. No, we're here to give you guidance. And if you take the guidance, it's good. If you don't take the guidance, up to you. Everything still requires work when it comes to this number. So I'm telling you, this coming Wednesday at 11 a.m. So you can actually watch it. If you're at work or doing something, you could actually watch it after you come home from work. And I'm going to do a thing at 11 a.m. about the missing links to numbers. Matter of fact, let me download. Let's first of all, let's run down this commercial, and I'll be right back after this with the rest of the commercials. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. All right, don't forget this coming Sunday, March 28 at 10 p.m. We got a Genesis Samadhi coming in, manifesting and living your bliss life. She's a tantric healer and a spiritual teacher. She's coming in to close out the month. Matter of fact, to close out the month, we have this beautiful sister, the one, the only Dr. Nalani Valentine. Also, I have on Monday, before Dr. Nalani Valentine, I have Brother Tad coming in. I'll definitely have that up for Wednesday when I do. I'll have his commercial up. Brother Tad is a personal trainer. Those are my special report, my special broadcast when I bring on the brothers, like I've brought on various other people. But to close out the Women's History Month special, Dr. Nalani Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine's wife, is going to be here. Also, those that are trying to book a session with me, please, I wrote this. I send this to everybody. Greetings. This is King Simon. Due to my travel schedule and the overwhelming response on the social media interviews recently, there is a waiting list for my Numerovation sessions. I have a first pay first serve policy. So if you decide to send funds, I will check schedule and let you know the next available dates. Okay, please make a note of it from Brother King Simon. So people want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you live outside of the United States, let me say that again. If you live outside of the United States, that's all 50 states plus Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands and Hawaii. If you live in those parts, you can text me direct. But if you live outside of the United States, in Africa, in Canada, in England, in the Caribbean, you can text me via WhatsApp for absolutely free at 347-496-1022. Also, we always got a content disclaimer. Content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views, opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Also, of course, Petalwise. We just finished interviewing Dr. MJ. She is the proprietor and owner of this particular company. If you want to get the coupon discount, this is the coupon discount right here. You get a new 10% off. Coupon discount is King 2021. That's King 2021. www.petalwise.com. www.petalwise.com. Also, family, just want to remind you, if you want to take my classes, there it is. Please hit me up at the Numerovation. If I haven't gotten back to you, it's all right. I'll be putting you all in the list so you could be in the class, because I'm only allowing probably 20 to 50 people in my class. All my participants, I don't call y'all students, I call y'all participants, because we're participating and sharing energy with each other. And that's the knowledge and the wisdom and the information, because I do not know anything and I do not claim to know everything. Numbers are infinite and it's constantly evolving. Numerovation is just one of the part of it that is evolving into what it is evolving to. Also, go to one of my teachers' classes, LloydStrayhorn.com. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Take his online beginners class and intermediate class. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. Matter of fact, I want you to take his class before you take my class. Go through his website. You get the deal. You get a real reasonable price on his website. Also, you want to learn about real estate and consultation? Check out Janelle Lewis at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. My partner in Vibe, she has some great earrings. You want to show some love with that? She got some great earrings, some great assessments that for the body, very orgasmic experience you have when you wear those earrings. And this is her contact if you want to contact her for spiritual upliftment, or email her at Empress Aisha Amor. Spread some love via Cash App at Empress Amor. And of course, PayPal at Aisha McBride. So make sure you support my partner Vibe. She couldn't make it today. I wish she would. I wanted that female energy to balance it off so she can ask some questions, but it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. Also, you want any of my books? Numerovation for Mental Stability. That's the new one. Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. That's the first numerology book. Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important. That's the second numerology book. And my first book that I ever put out, called No Promotion is Bad Promotion and All Publicity is Good Publicity, just spelled my name right. This is my daughter's cups, and she got more merch about to come up. We've been having little meetings and all that, little business meeting. Me and my little daughter, she's 16 years old, doing her thing. She did that artwork as far as the I, and then I just added am great, and we're doing I am creative, I am everything. She got cups and t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. You want to find out more about that, please go to teesprings.com/Yasira Pink Arts exclusive. That's my daughter's cups. Believe me, they are buying them. People drink tea, a lot of coffee. You know, hey, it is what it is. And they got different styles on the site. So make sure you go and check that out. Also, let's move over to my son's music. Here is my son, Prince Imagine, a multi-dimensional artist. Make sure you go to the link. His music is on all platforms. Check the links. That's link.bio/ZB06. That's ZB06. Okay, so that's my son's link to all his platforms, all his music. So that's my first son, Prince Imagine. You know what it is. And let's go to, of course, my new workbook is about to come out. So look out for that. That's going to be an ebook. So those that take the classes would more than likely have to get this. I'll get that to y'all for free. All right. And for the month of April, we are on fire for the month of April. The two special broadcasts that I have in the month of April is Dr. Wesley Muhammad on April the 8th and Dr. Farah Gray, Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son, on April the 15th, the entrepreneur himself, the author of Realionaire. I'm going to have him on. Of course, Dr. Wesley Muhammad is going to be talking about the pot plot against man and woman, masculine and feminine. We're going to break down the two sides of this story because it's not just going against the men, it's going against the women also. And on April the 4th, we got mathematician, the one, the only Joshua Sarah. On April the 7th, we got Adara Moselle. She's a tantric healer and an energy worker and a shaman. Also on April the 11th, we got Ra Aku, the cosmo physician, coming in. On April the 14th, we have Cheryl St. Cloud, a sensei in martial arts under Master Mo, 52 blocks and other different disciplines. On April the 18th, we have the one, the only Erica Davies. She's an activist from out of Africa, Liberia, that lives in New York. Also, April 25th, we have Jackie Levine. She's an author. She's the author of a great numerology novel. And to close out the month of April, we have the one, the only Soul Flow Doula. That's Soul Flow Doula on April the 28th, talking about the importance of having a doula and enjoying the midwives and all that and bringing them into your life if you're having children. Very important. All right. So family, I'm getting ready to get on out of here. Take a step to the rear and get the heck out of here, like Frankie Crocker used to say. And please stay focused, stay out of trouble, stay healthy. And regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one creator. And like Dr. Khalid Muhammad used to say, Marcus Garvey used to say, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. Dr. Khalid used to say, regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one God. Y'all take care of yourself, stay focused, and stay, yes, bye. Gotta stay focused, but I love y'all. Y'all stay at peace and take care of yourself. I'm gonna give y'all a well-deserved round of applause if I have my applause button up. I don't think I have the applause button up anymore. Did I put up my applause? There it is. That's gotta be later. Woo! My goodness. Peace.